Right, so we now move on to our most prestigious award. This is the really exciting bit. This industry's greatest accolade, which is the Maurice Hanssen Award of Honour. And without further ado, it's my great pleasure to tell you that the winner in 2021 of this honour is, just keep you waiting for a second, Jenny Akers, yes. Ladies and gentlemen. Delighted to say that Jenny has been able to be with us in person here to accept the award. I'll be asking her to come up in a moment. But first I'd like to say a few words, as you would expect. Through her work on the ClearCheck team, and before that, as part of the LAPAD team, as it was known for many years, in fact, for over 27 years, Jenny has helped support hundreds, literally hundreds, maybe thousands of member and non-member companies navigate the natural health's complex regulatory field. Throughout that time, Jenny became a hugely valued and well-respected colleague, making outstanding contributions to both the HFMA and also to the natural health sector as a whole. Jenny started work for the HFMA, which was then based in Thames Ditton, when she saw an ad in a local paper advertising a position for somebody with a science background with an interest in food labelling. And apparently she found it interesting because it sounded a bit different. And at the time, her daughter was only 8 years old, and the role offered part-time working, which meant she could only work during school hours. And so that's how she started at the HFMA, and she never looked back. And over the years, many companies have benefited from her wise and, on occasion, forthright counsel. And I can say from personal experience that the companies she advised may not have always liked what she had to say, but her advice was always accepted and always hugely appreciated. I remember her saying to me many times, well, you might not like this, but this is the truth. And speaking of respect for her advice, I'd now like to mention this short message which we received from William Whitfield, who many of you know is the manager of the MHRA's Medicines Borderline section. And William said this. He said, Jenny has been a hugely respected member of the industry community that the MHRA has worked closely with over the years, and hers was always a wise voice at the table in our regular stakeholder meetings. I'm delighted to hear that she's been recognised in this way. It was always a pleasure to work with Jenny through the years, and I warmly congratulate her. So that's from a very senior person at the MHRA, Jenny. And of course, I can't speak about Jenny without mentioning Gwyneth, and together they were quite a team. And as administrators for the HFMA's Code of Advertising Practice, they help set the standards for the entire industry, which we now recognise and aspire to. And as you probably know, Jenny is now retired, and we hope she's enjoying herself during retirement, and I know she has plans to do some volunteering. She told us that she always liked the thought of travelling and going to Greece or similar to save the turtles. She's certainly well travelled over the years, and I think she has more plans, pandemic permitting, to do more of it. And most importantly, she's recently become a grandmother, and so is spending lots of time with her new granddaughter, Natasha. And I know that Jenny was rather shocked and surprised when Graham called her with the news of this award, but it was absolutely Council's unanimous decision that Jenny should be recognised in this way. And I'd like her to come up, please, and receive the accolades. Yes. We know, Jenny, that there are two awards. So there is this small one which you need to give back, and there's the large one that you keep. Is that the right way around, Graham? I've been other way around.
You've changed the rule, thank you.
Yeah,
Just for
so,
me.
no, so this is the large one, which is engraved, of course, with so many people throughout history in the industry, and this is the one. I was joking, Graham. This is the one.
I'm pleased you were joking.
This is the one that you need to give back, and this is the one that you get to keep.
Thank
so
you.
I think that's all. Thank you very much, Jenny. Congratulations, warmest congratulations. And I couldn't imagine a more fitting winner than than you for the Maurice, Hanssen and Warner Bar.
Thank you very much. Can I say a few words?
Of course you can.
Just a few.
Try and go.
I promise, only a few. Well, thank you most, like, very, very kind words. As you said, I was somewhat embarrassed and somewhat shocked when I got the call, but it's wonderful to be thought of in that way. Thank you very much indeed. So really, after 27 years, as you have mentioned, who'd have thought that working for 27 years at HFMA would lead to this? I'm delighted. I'm honoured, but I'm also humbled, obviously, to be in such eminent company as is on the wonderful silver plate. But I also think it stands out as an honour really accorded to ClearCheck, so it recognises their value and the council acknowledge and value the role that they have to play. ClearCheck, as you have mentioned, is welcomed by many, is also maybe the more restraining red pen side of ClearCheck hasn't always been welcomed by many, particularly the marketing departments of companies, who sometimes did not like comments that we provided, but for the association taken seriously, it's important that it stands out as a responsible association and acts in a responsible manner, which includes encouraging and supporting self-regulation, and obviously ClearCheck has an obvious role to play in supporting that and helping the association reach its task. So I just really want to say a few thank yous, if I may, mention a few names to people. Obviously Maurice, the dearly departed Maurice Hanssen, and Dr. Adrian Mays, for giving me the job. As you say, I just saw an ad in the local paper and it developed from there. Obviously to Adrian again for helping me get to grips with regulations, speak, how to carry out a label review and compile a report. To all the HFMA advisors through the years, from the wonderful Derek Shrimpton, through David Richardson, Sook, Michael, I'm hoping I'm not going to forget anybody.
Nigel?
Nigel, yes, of course, Nigel. Thank you very much. Michelle and Paul recently. To Graham, to David Adams, to Penny, of course, the ever-present Penny. May you go on forever, Penny. And to Linda, who's now living in the States, to Denise and Philippa in the office. Who else can I say? So obviously all my colleagues at the HFMA through the years, past and present. Everybody I've met through working with the industry, both members, non-members, and outside the industry. It's kind words from William. Thank you very much, William. And of course, finally but not least, dear Gwyneth, who my red pen wielding compatriot, who's, I think without her support, intelligence, fellowship, wouldn't have got me through the 27 years. I think we sometimes needed each other to prop us up through the stresses and rigours of doing what we did. But thank you so much, Gwyneth, for always being there for me. And thank you to everybody else. Thank you very much indeed.
Very good. Thank you. Well done.